Oftentimes when we're looking at something like direction, which way to go, the reason why it can be so complex is that there's so many different routes that you can take in life. Now, the reason why I'm talking about direction is I've been thinking about goals lately and certain goals that you can put for yourselves. And I've been thinking about short-term goals, long-term goals. And my friends, what is a goal? What is the definition of a goal in its purest form? Is it something that you wish to accomplish? Can we say it is an objective that you wish to accomplish or to achieve, or something has to happen, correct? Now, generally, we would agree that a goal, you don't want it to be too easy, per se, and you don't want it to be too hard. You want it to be just challenging enough where it pushes you, but that you're not struggling, that it's still realistic. You're optimistic, but you're not delusional. So, my friends, one of the amazing benefits of having goals in your life, whether it be short-term or long-term, is you're being honest with yourself and the things that are important to your life, to your principles, to your character. For example, if one of your goals is to be fit, athletically fit, now that's subjective. What does fit mean? Fit can mean you're a bodybuilder. Fit can mean you can do the splits, you're super flexible. That is totally up to you to decide. And when we start looking at goals of, okay, Daniel, I want to be fit by 2020 or even by 2021. I want to be fit. Say, okay, great. Now, if that's your long-term goal, we got to make short-term goals that'll lead up to that. What can we do? Can we look at our food source? What are we eating? Can we target exercise? How often are we exercising? That will eventually lead us to that long-term goal. Now, my friends, why have goals at all? Why not just live life? Why do we need to stay on a certain track? Why? Because, doesn't it sound kind of like restrictive? When you say, I have a goal, doesn't it kind of put you in the category, in a box? Don't you want to just be free? Now, in first sense, hearing that, you might go, yeah, Daniel, that makes total sense. But a really, really good way that I like to think about it, that paints a nice picture in my point of view, is imagine you're about to set sail. And when you have a goal, it's you have your crew. You've done your research. You know what the weather's going to be like. You know the route. And most importantly, you know the destination. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know the destination of where you want to go, where the final stop is, you can take many different routes. If you know you want to end up on this island, if you know you want to be fit, you can go many different exercising routes. Hot yoga, going to the gym, just whatever, right? There's many different paths. It's not necessarily important which path you go, as long as it reaches the desired outcome. Right? So when you have a goal in mind, you're setting off with a crew, you're setting off with a map, you know which way to go, there's GPS. And when you don't have a goal, it's like you're setting sail, but you don't have a crew. You don't know about the weather conditions. You don't really know where you're going. You're kind of just sailing for the sake of sailing. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, but one of the dangers with that is it's all up to chance where you end up. Right? Because you have no map, you don't know about the weather conditions, you could crash on the rocks. You could end up somewhere that you didn't even want to, or that you didn't even expect to go to. Right? I don't want to veer away too far off from the subject, but imagine, you don't have a goal of being fit, right? And you love drinking pop cans. You're drinking 2-3 pop cans a day. Right? When you set sail initially, there's nothing wrong. Because change, whether for better or for worse, it happens slowly. It happens over time. But when it happens, you realize how deep you've gone. So when you have those people who are, into like anything, pop drinking or certain drugs or even cigarettes, you don't realize it initially. But it's 6, 7, 8 years down when you have this huge belly and you see all the health problems that you're going, holy smokes, this thing's been building up for so long. And now it's not a quick turnaround. It's going to take at least however many years you went this way, you got to go the other way to fix it. I really do believe, my friends, that, when we talk about goals, we're being honest with ourselves in terms of what we want. What do you want out of yourself? What do you want out of your friends? What kind of financial goals do you have? What kind of health goals do you have? What kind of social goals do you have? These all exist. People immediately go to working out, but you could have a social goal. I know people who say, Daniel, it is my goal to go out at least once a month. People who don't like going to parties at all and introverted, saying, if I go to a party once a month, man, I'm good. So you can have any sort of goal. And then again, we touch on the subject again of, why have a goal push us one way? Because of your desired outcome. If you want to be Mr. Popular 2 years from now and you want to be smooth and you can talk to people, yeah, you're going to have to go to parties or social events or get out of the house, of course. And that's why I really do believe the gap between who you are right now and who you want to be can be bridged between your goals. That when you set up a long-term goal of saying, this is where I want to be, you can set up several short-term goals which will take you from point A to point B. Right? And then depending on how you want to do it, because again, it is subjective, there are different paths. As long as you end up as long as you go to letter B afterwards, does not matter. It is insignificantly important. As long as you get to that outcome, to that destination. So I know for myself personally, there was a time 1 or 2 years ago where I wrote them down. I'm a big visual guy. I like writing them down, like having them in front of me. And especially a year afterwards, I like pulling it up. And when I can see myself, my own writing, and the date, and being able to reflect on, did I deliver on what I wanted to? So yeah, definitely. There a couple of years ago, I had a couple of goals. Now, these goals stemmed from financially. I wanted to have a certain amount of money in my bank account. These goals revolved around social. I wanted to go out more. I was like in a caveman. I was always at home, just focusing on myself. And I got really, really used to being at home. And the quiet and the peace was really fun. Then all of a sudden, when there was a party, I almost felt uncomfortable to leave the house. Because I was like, oh man, I'm so used to this. I'm so used to being relaxed. There are going to be people there. So long story short, those were some of the goals that I had. And I remember the thought was, this is the kind of person I want to be. So we set up those short goals in order to bridge the gap between where I am right now and where I want to go. Next thing you know, my friends, 1 year later, boom, I'm exactly who I want to be right now. 100%. I can happily say to you, the Daniel that I am right now, the Daniel 1 year ago was trying to be this. I am my own role model. And I don't mean to come off as cocky or arrogant or who does he think he is. Not at all, my friends. I'm trying to emphasize the simplicity. It is all in here. Who do you want to be? What do they look like? What do they do? Okay, that is a goal now. That is a task that you seek to accomplish. Now start making little steps up there. The problem is people, they go, Daniel, like I this is what I am, but then I want to be this. Hey man, one at a time, right? We got to tackle these things one at a time. If you're talking about confidence, if you're talking about being humorous, being fit, these all have their own factors involved. Look at them one at a time, setting up short-term goals and going at them without looking at it as a huge staircase. Just look at the first step. Just look at the first step, and then the second step, and the third step. But no, my friends, I don't believe in you're just going to wake up one day and be like, okay, I'm a different person now because Daniel said so. No, my friends. All takes time, experience, and conscious awareness. You need to be aware of what you're trying to achieve. Because the moment you say to yourself, I want to be more fit, I want to be more fit, hands down, 100%, when you're out with your friends, you're eating some food that's not the healthiest, you're going to think that in the back of your mind. And just a conscious thought. Even if you do continue to eat the food, it's just a good reminder of, oh, I'm eating out tonight, but man, I don't want to go on that new workout program. All right, well, I'll just keep in mind that I ate out today, and maybe I won't tomorrow night, right? So even as little as that,